Good morning from the Picos de Europa. I think you can see why it's called the Picos. All you have are peaks. What you see there is me finishing my first pain au chocolat. And there, I'm sorry to say, or I'm happy to say, is my second one. Good morning. It is Wednesday morning and I am outside a town called Guarda. And I had a great night's sleep, sort of. I wrapped up well, but didn't put on my socks, so my toes were cold. You couldn't make this stuff up. But I wore the woolen, merino wool leggings and top that I have, and I closed down one side of the tent so I didn't have the wind coming through. And I'm glad I did, because in fact we had rain last night, quite a bit of rain it would seem. And I can report happily that the tent performed magnificently. I could hear it bump, bump, bumping on the tent. Not a drop came in anywhere. And this morning when I got up, I was able to give it a wipe down. It's amazing. I wiped it down with one of these, the microfiber cloths. It's an amazing amount of water that came off when I wiped it. So yeah, no, I'm very, very pleased with that. So I slept it in. I didn't get up till 7:30. Went the loo, brushed my teeth, to the usual bits and pieces. I don't shower and shave in the morning. I tend to do that when I arrive at the new campsite, so I look half presentable if I go for food. And I left there at 8:30. So 8:30 on the button, I was on the road. Now, the place where I was camped was really up high, all sorts of layers. Very, very dodgy on the bike. Very dodgy getting up there and dodgy getting down. But I practiced all my ORS skills. I got down safe and sound and got on the road. Now, I have to say that the ORS skills came in handy again later, but for a different reason. I was hardly on the road and I passed by a bunch of walkers, locals, just out walking, and thinking I'd be nice as I passed by them. I looked at them and gave them a little wave, and then looked back up at the road to find I was heading into the ditch. And in the good old days, I would have grabbed a fistful of brakes. I was going into the ditch anyway. I'd have grabbed a fistful of brakes, and who knows what would have happened. But I didn't this time. Instead, I quickly stood up, went into the ditch. There was a complete fall away to my left-hand side, like a big fall. There was no barrier, no nothing. And I got off the road. There was a sort of big drop from the tarmac down into the ditch. The ditch was sort of flat, there was grass and there was mud and whatever. And I just gave it gas. I stood up, I gave it gas, I rode along and rode back up onto the road. And that confidence, and I was just doing that, almost like muscle memory, just doing that, not doing the exact opposite, came from that training. So that was really, really good. Now, a couple of interesting thoughts for you. The first thought is that fragrances. When you're riding a motorbike, you smell everything. And I had the most amazing experience yesterday coming up. I could smell lemon, like lemon. And again, I could experience it this morning. I could smell lemon everywhere. And wonderful. And when I was down in Morocco, I could smell all these sort of oily, like from the olives, oily smells. And really, really nice. And other kind of fragrance, and you'd be riding along saying, I know that herb, what is that? So you'd get the smell, but you wouldn't know what it was. So it's a really, really nice thing that you have when you're on the bike, that you don't tend to get when you're in a car. I was at about 1,500 meters last night, maybe 1,600. So it was cold this morning. It was 14.5 degrees actually when I got up, but I didn't feel cold. So it's sort of strange. I wonder if feeling cold is part of how well I slept the night before or didn't sleep. Another thing that I did today for the first time, and to completely with the ORS training, was I turned the bike on the road. I actually missed my turn off on the left. As I rode a little bit further up the road, and I actually did a U-turn on the road. I was able to do it fully loaded, standing on the pegs. I went down to first gear and paid attention to what Neil told me about looking, turning the handlebars, looking where I was going, bending myself if you wish, and bending the bike a little bit. And that bending of the bike a little bit really made a difference. So for the first time ever, I successfully turned the bike in a U-turn in the width of a road. Now I need to get it down where I can do it in half the width of a road, but nonetheless, it was progress, and I'm happy with that progress. The road surfaces are not great. So this place, Garda, I'm in, is pretty dilapidated place, to be honest with you. It looks like it's seen better days. You arrive to these places, you see the old cinema, the old restaurants, everything's all closed up, and the roads are sort of broken up. And the roads in general in the Picos, so these wonderful roads I keep talking about, well obviously the last time I was here and they just resurfaced all the roads, that's why they were so wonderful. And so quite a bit of them are broken up now. The surface is sort of rough and hard going. I have the tyre pressure 42 psi or 3 bar in both front and back tyres at the moment, and I like that. It seems to be the best way to ride. So yes, that's so anyway, but you feel the bumps, you feel the lumps. Last comment, Lupa is a supermarket chain apparently. So I'm in Guarda, which is the dumpiest town I've seen so far, and I came across the nicest supermarket I've seen. So I went in, I spent €30 and I bought myself lovely saucissons, but one of their hard saucissons, some of their nice Serrano hams, lovely bread rolls. I got 85% cocoa chocolate, and also the bits and pieces that I'm going to take on board with me when I go on the boat. So I'll have my own little snacks. I won't be having to eat their fish and chips all the time. And I'm going to show you very quickly now on the map where I was last night and where I'm going today. Yeah, so I stayed last night somewhere around here in the Picos, and see here, the Picos go to 2,640 meters there. I've done about 1,600 meters, I reckon. And then I rode down, worked my way down the mountain, and now I'm going to work my way along here, across over here, by all the back roads or whatever, and I intend to camp somewhere over here tonight. So I'll be sort of going little Mickey Mouse roads, I think, and work my way over to here. The ride is about 4 hours, 3.5, 4 hours in total. So it'll be a nice easy ride, no big pressure. So now I'm going to have my second pain au chocolat, and then I'll continue on my merry way. Talk to you later. So I arrived at the campsite. You can see my bike off down there. A load of bikers here, lovely guys, Spanish guys. So just talking to them. One guy speaks English and he said hello. Hola! Hola! The place is wonderful. I found this on iOverlander and it came highly recommended.